welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we are doing a August recap. If you haven't watched the Choosing My August TBR video, definitely go watch it. In this video we are basically recapping. We're going to talk about the books that I have read for the month of August. Today is September 1st, so happy September everybody. It is actually my birthday month, so very excited. I have a little like birthday trip planned and I'm like, I can't wait. I'm excited because like it's actually this weekend. So happy for me. I was almost able to hit the book goal of last month. I was supposed to read 10 books, but I only was able to read 8. And then I'm in the process of finishing the 9th book. Little bit sad, but also I am very proud of myself for being able to finish 8 books. So I am definitely excited to see what the month of September is going to bring, like book-wise, like books that I'm going to read. I'm also very excited for October to come around because we all love Halloween and spooky season. But yeah, let's get started. I have a little note taking for all the books that I was able to read this month, and I can't wait to share my thoughts with you guys. And if you also like have read any of these books, please leave your comments down below, and I want to know like your opinion on the books, because some of these books were amazing for me, but then some of the books were like kind of mid. So yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, I first want to start off by saying that this is a book that I was almost finishing. It's like it's like halfway done. And so yeah, I am very determined to finish this book either today or tomorrow. But so far, what I'm gonna say, it's very like, it's honestly giving a bit of like that Wattpad feel, like stuff that I used to read in like middle school, that it's kind of giving that. And for romance novels, I like kind of slow burn romance stuff. I feel like everything in here just like happened like really quickly. I don't know, I just don't really like see anything interesting as far as like how, like I really did not see their relationship grow. But I'm only halfway through the book, so like I can't really like say my final opinion on this book. But this is a book that I almost was able to finish, but I actually left this book halfway and then I went to another book because I kind of got like a bit repetitive. But I'm still going to finish it, and then I'll give you my final opinion if I do like a September recap. The first book that I was able to finish for the month of August, that is none other than Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. Guys, it is so crazy to me how her brain works, because I don't want to spoil anything if the people that are watching this have not read Fourth Wing. I really don't want to spoil anything. This book, to me, I loved it. I liked it better than Iron Flame. I feel like a lot of things in Iron Flame were like a bit boring at times, and with fantasy books it sometimes takes me like a bit to like really get into the books. And I loved it. I had tears. I was angry in some of the parts. Like I don't know what's gonna happen in book 4, because this book, little spoiler alert, and not really spoilers, because if you read books that are in series, then obviously there's gonna be like a little cliffhanger, but this book definitely had a cliffhanger. And I was like kind of shook because I didn't realize that the last page literally ends like right here. So when I went to turn the page, there was nothing. So I was definitely taken aback. I was like, oh, there's nothing else for me to read. So I'm just like, I wish that I would have gotten into Fourth Wing after all the books were released, because when I finished this, like I wished that I had the 4th book in my hands. But sadly, it's probably gonna come out in like 2027. Like if we're being for real, the 4th book is probably gonna come out in 2027. So I'm a bit sad that I have to wait that long, because to me this book was amazing. It had like a lot of funny moments. I went on TikTok and I saw like Onyx Storm memes, and like they were the funniest thing ever, and I wish I was able to forward it to my other friend who also is in love with the Fourth Wing series, but she hasn't read Onyx Storm yet, so I couldn't send her the memes. I'm just like, I just want somebody that I can talk to about this book. But honestly, to me it was like the best way to start the month of August, and I definitely obviously gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. Like, this book was chef's kiss, amazing. I loved it so much. Moving on, we have The Housemaid is Watching by Freida McFadden. Another 5 out of 5 star book. It was amazing. I don't know how she does it, but her plot twists are always insane, like unimaginable, incredible, and I really enjoyed the storyline and like the story plot. But one thing is that this book was definitely less scarier or less creepy than the other 2 books that are in this series. This one felt more light than the other 2 books, but it still left you like speechless in some parts. I am very glad that she was able to come out with a 3rd book, because I was not expecting her to come out with a 3rd book of the Housemaid series. It was, to me, it was like kind of like a nice ending to the Housemaid series, and I'm pretty sure this is the last book of the Housemaid series, hopefully. But I always love this author. Like, whenever I get kind of sick of romance novels, I always like dive into one of her books or like a fantasy book to kind of break the pattern a bit, because when you start reading a lot of romance novels, at least for me, it gets a little bit repetitive. So I kind of take a break and like dive into other genres so I can like not get into a reading slump. But yeah, this book, definitely loved it. So far, all the books have been amazing. So we have One Last Shot by Betty Calliette. This is the first romance novel of the month of August, so I really enjoyed this. It was different because this was gifted to me, so I never like, I don't normally like when people buy me books or like get me a book, I normally don't end up really liking it because I'm very picky, but I still appreciate the gift and I still, you know, read it. But I love this book. I did give it a 4 out of 5 stars because at some parts it was like a bit boring, but I still really enjoyed it, and I really liked the characters. I liked the storyline and the plot. I loved how, like, funny enough, she's like a supermodel, and then the guy that she's interested in is like a fashion photographer, so it's just like, it works out. And some of the scenes were just like really cute, and like whenever I read romance novels, I'm just like melting, and I'm like, this is honestly like the cutest thing like ever. Like, they're so cute. I really liked the main characters, and I definitely at some parts I was like, because sometimes there's like the miscommunication trope, and I'm like, bro, but it has to happen because otherwise the book wouldn't be like as long as it would be. But yeah, that is the 3rd book of the month, and we're gonna move on to the 4th book. Let me tell you a little secret. I've seen good reviews on this book on TikTok. I was gifted this book to me. My mom actually gave it to me for my birthday, and thank you, Mom. The Barnes & Noble's employee recommended this book to my mom so she can give it to me. I would have probably picked it up, and I'm saying probably because I don't know if I would have, but I always saw this book on TikTok. Like, whenever I searched like book recommendations, like this book would pop like here and there or some stuff. I did not like it. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, but kind of looking back to it, I would probably give it a 2 out of 5 now, because Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver was just not it for me. Like, it was not. There were parts that were disgusting, and I would have survived if I had not read this book. I was very uncomfortable at some of the chapters. It's just like, because It was very detailed. I'm not the most like super like gory like type. I watch films or stuff like that. Like I can handle a couple, but I just did not thoroughly enjoy this book. But you know, it was like a little challenge. I still ended up finishing it. The only like positive thing that I have to say is that some of like the banter was like funny, and that was it. But yeah, it was just not for me. And if you really like this book, then you know, good for you. But you know, but moving on from that book, I have another 5 out of 5 star book, and it's The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I really enjoyed this book like so much. I have read like a couple like mystery books, but this had an oomph to it. It had mystery, it had riddles, it had like puzzles, it had a little bit of romance, a little bit of drama, and I honestly loved it. I loved it so much. Like, oh look, we're matching. I have so many tabs because I just really enjoyed this book. I finished this book in a day. I'm not kidding. I stayed awake till like 2-3 in the morning to finish this book because it was that good. And I really cannot wait to read the second book because I actually have them. They're right behind me. But really enjoyed this. Love the storyline, love the plots, like little plot twists in there as well. I just loved everything about it. Like, it's crazy. Like, I love when it ends in a cliffhanger and I already have the second book to read, unlike Onyx Storm. I am very excited. I'll probably finish the current book that I'm reading, and I'll probably deep dive into the second book because honestly I just can't wait. Like, I've been waiting for the month of for the month of August to end so I can read the second book because I really enjoyed that book. Next, we're moving on. We have Twisted by Emily McIntyre. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I really like the storyline and how like she was able to use the characters from Aladdin and to like make it a more like dramatic book. The plot twist, there was like plot twists in here that I was like, damn. The plot twist was not expected, and it was crazy. When I like read it, I was like damn, it would make sense for that like character to do that. And whenever like I put tabs, whenever like I like saw like a little reference to the movie, so I really like her Never After series so far. I've only read 3 books, and Scarred is still my favorite. This is coming in second, of course, because I just like loved how they used the characters and stuff. Okay, next we got Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars, and the only thing that I would say is I don't like books when it's written by like the author's point of view. Like, I like it when like the characters tell the story and not the author. That is one thing that I'll have to say. So it was very, I wouldn't say boring, but there were times where like I kind of got a bit like tired of reading it. The chapters are so long, but you know, it's like a very like cute romance novel. Like, the characters were like really nice written. The storyline was like, you know, pretty solid. The only thing is I didn't understand, I don't really want to spoil it, but like romance novels are like they meet the person, or like they already know the person, they like get together, something happens, and then they get back together. That's always like a romance novel. So the period time where like conflict happened, I didn't really understand it because I'm just like what is happening? Like, I don't understand it, and that's probably like my bad that like I didn't understand it. But either way, it was a cute novel. I'm glad that I finally got around to reading it because I had this in my TBR like longer than those books. So I'm just like honestly glad that I was finally able to come around and finish this book. But I would still recommend this book. Okay, next book. I was so excited to finally be able to read this book. So it is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I obviously gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. Like, look at that. It was so good. I loved it. Like, when I tell you there were parts where I was like speechless, I was like, what is happening? Like, I thought we were done with the plot twist. Like, what is going on? I really thought that way, but like the plot twist kept coming and coming and coming, and I'm just like, oh my god, like I'm just like, what else, what more could happen? Like, what more twists could happen? This is honestly such a good book. I also cannot wait to read the second and third book. I loved the magical essence of this book, and like I would also say it's kind of like a little bit of like a mystery. Like, you're always like wondering like what's gonna happen. But I honestly really enjoyed this book. I cannot wait to read the second book. As I mentioned, the storyline was amazing, the characters were nice. There were just some parts where like I was getting pissed off because I was like, oh my god, like what is happening? Like, can we just get to the point? Like, there's some things I was just like, oh my god, like. So that's why I was always like wanting to come back to this book and like finally be able to finish it. And those are all the books that I was able to read and finish in the month of August. The book that I was not able to read this month was Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. I'm still deciding if I should make like a little September, choosing my September TBR. I'm still like deciding. There are books that I want to read, like the Inheritance Game series and the Caraval series. I'm still debating, but either way, you're getting a September book recap. This is the book that I wasn't able to get to it, and it looked like very interesting. But yeah, these are all the books that I was able to read in the month of August. And I'm so happy that I was able to get back into reading. That is gonna be the end of today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you have any book recommendations or like any book type related videos, like definitely like leave them down below. Thank you guys. Bye.